impact on your lives when you paid everything off pretty much, and all of a sudden you got to put this on it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. We were all set in our retirement, and we didn't owe anybody any money, and so we thought, we'll just go along with what we have and enjoy our retirement. Well, when this came along, it all changed. It was so stressful, affected our health, well, my health, and we thought we'd never see the end.
Yeah.
So it's looking a little more positive today.
Yes.
The stress did cause her a lot of health problems. You know, she had a few hospital stays because I think it's because of it, because she was never ever a nervous woman or a tense woman. But now, now after today, she feels a little bit better.
I bet.
After all this time, yeah.
And just what was it like after all this, knowing all the sacrifices you had to make, wondering if you'd ever be able to enjoy retirement? And it's not there yet, but just what's it like to submit this today and at least know, hey, it's out of my hands?
A huge relief.
Yeah.
Huge relief. And really, we're so pleased that we had contacted Attorney Draghi and Sheila to help us from day one, because they've been wonderful.
And you really need the help to get through this. I mean, there's just the paperwork and just making sure that the process is correct. I mean, it's never been done before here in the state.
See, we had to make a loan, of course, and we went to see an advisor, and he advised us that not to take any of our money to pay for this. We should take a loan. So we did when the interest rates were very low, and now that it's going up, it's costing us quite a few $100s a month, and I'm sure that they feel the same way,
Yes.
So the sooner we get this off our mind, we'll get quite a few extra dollars.
Good for you. And may I ask an estimate range as to how much it cost you to do all the work?
$158,800.
After already paying the house off.
Yes.
Yep.
Guys, thank you.
We were debt-free.
And a lot of sacrifices to get there.
Yeah. For quite a few years, we had paid our daughter's education, and it was all paid, and they were married. So we were really on easy street, and this happened. And it's not only the cost; it's mostly the apprehension and the not knowing.
Yeah. The mental drag that it has on you. Every time you wake up, you have to kind of get reminded about it.
That's right. Yeah, cleaning. Taking the water out of the cellar would be coming through the walls, and for years all we did is filler cracks, paint it, filler cracks, paint it. We thought that was the solution, and I bet you we did that for a few years.
Oh, many years.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. It does, we thank God it hasn't been that situation where the house has come down, but...
Well, like they were saying, when our house was paid for, we were living on Easy Street. We were fine. Now we're in debt up to our ears, and we'll be in debt until we die. Because I'm 85, going to be 86. I know I can live another 10 years or 5 years.
You surprise yourself, though. You're looking okay. I'm taking that bet. I'm taking the over on that one.
Well, the reason I put it down is I have COPD. That comes right down there.
Yeah.
But we were doing good. But this is a blessing to think we're finally getting there with some help. That makes it a lot.
Did you ever think that it was going to get to this point?
I had my doubts. I did a lot of praying.
I bet. And in many ways, is pressing send and getting those applications in today, is that an answer? Is that an answered prayer in your book?
Oh, yeah, especially for the wife. She did all that kind of work. Plus Sheila and our good lawyer there,
Yes.
Brenda.
It's, when did you guys have to do it? Did you guys do it in the
We
last
did
couple
in,
years?
they did it in 2016.
All right.
They came in August 15th they started.
Wow, that was almost a year to the date of when we first did the story.
Yeah, right.
When you saw the reports first coming out and the talk of it, did you know right away this is what we have? Did you think like, oh no, this could be something that or an issue that we've got?
Well, then we had kind of what, we saw cracks from way back.
Yeah.
And they kept getting bigger and bigger, but not realizing what it was.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple or 2 or 3 times during the winter on the cold days, we'd hear a crack and the whole house would shake. We didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
And we checked things out, and up above, we thought it was in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And everybody told us, no, it's fine, fine.
Yeah.
And then we were at one of the meetings, and when we brought that same subject up, and someone said, that's your foundation. And our house was caving on the, well, if you're looking at the,
I've seen
it was pushing the door. You couldn't open it.
Couldn't close it or open
You
it.
couldn't open it.
Windows too? Were you having
No,
issues
it
with
was all right with our
the
windows.
doors is where you guys
Windows,
had.
yeah, with the doors,
And,
Okay.
walls.
but the doors, mainly the cellar's door, and the one up in our bedroom rather.
In the one that I've seen, some you can't close it at all. Others, the gap ends up being, kind of
Yeah.
diagonal.
Oh, yeah,
It gets bigger, right?
Yeah, air comes in.
And how much did it end up costing you to fix it?
It was 157,000.
160.
160. Yeah. And so you guys will fit potentially almost. If you fall under the 175, you can reimburse up to. I mean, so you'd almost be made whole here.
Oh, if they made
Yeah,
175,
if
we'd be
Yeah.
doing fine.
That's great.
I'd be one happy dude.
I hope you are happy. Writing that check, thinking it must have just been one of the worst things you had to do as a family.
Well, one of the first check was $45,000 I had to write for the contractor. And I was writing everything wrong. I couldn't write the check. It was like I was making one mistake after another because I just never wrote out a check for $45,000 before. And he was standing over, Don was standing over me, and I'm trying to write it out, and he's making me nervous. I'm thinking, think what you have to do, just do it.
And he's still been a lot.
I find he was practically telling me everything to write.
Well, I think that it's talking to, in many ways, the contractors. When I first started talking to them, they said it's like a doctor telling somebody they got cancer. I mean, it's you feel like you're just giving them the worst news possible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's, when you filled out all the paperwork today, did it bring a little smile? And I know you're probably nervous
Oh
about
yeah,
doing it right,
it's a big relief. It's a huge relief. I'll sleep better.
And what do you want? They're going to need more money here, whether it's for for other families, whatever it may be. What do you want the lawmakers to know? What do you want the insurance companies, the banks? What do you want to tell them that they need to know about what impact this has had on your life for doing everything right?
They need whatever money people are asking for. They need a place to live. When their house is being done, they need money for that. They need money for just everything that they're going through. It's very, very difficult going through that. It wasn't an easy thing to go through.
Did you guys buy your house already built or build it yourself?
It's a modular, so we ended up being our own contractors. So we knew Modus poured our foundation.
Sure. And what year was that?
That was in 85.
So you were one of the early ones.
Yeah.
And it's, and I won't get too much into dates because that's why I'm trying to think through some, make sure I ask the questions right. But they, as you saw the deterioration over time, I mean, did you think it was anything other than just regular concrete cracks?
No. You just think it's concrete. We didn't have the water coming in or anything like that.
Yeah.
When the engineer came and looked at our house and told us that, we shouldn't be living here, it was a blow.
Yeah, I bet.
We were not expecting that.
No. I mean, 2016, that's 30 years after you built the house.
Yeah.
That's when you're supposed to be having those parties burning
Yeah.
mortgage, right?
Yes. Yeah, we were all paid for, just like the Vecinas.
Yeah.
Everything was paid for. We were just, enjoying our retirement. And to get hit with this was, like somebody hitting you with a sledgehammer. It was traumatic.
And it's, what would you, and obviously at this point, you got this in early, hoping to be one of those first, get it early enough. If they say, worst case scenario, all right, you're number one on the list for next year.
Oh,
still- I mean,
to
with-
pay to pay another year, the interest rates kept going up. We had to get a variable loan. There was no other choice, and it just kept going up and up. I mean, to pay another year of that is
Brutal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're paying over $700 a month.
At this point,
At
after
this
already
point.
paying the house off.
Yeah, and that's on a fixed income.
I hope these lawmakers hear this. We're going to put this whole interview on cut up right so everybody can hear everything you're saying, because the whole thing won't be on.
It's hard work.
It's all
It's
enough
hard
that you
work.
look at it. He just knows it.
Yeah.
And Sheila, you're in a little different situation, these folks, because you still got to wake up and look at those cracks.
I
don't you?
still do. Yes, I do.
And so you have been working with Brenda. You've been taking in all these calls, helping people throughout the whole process while dealing with it yourself. What was today like for you?
Awesome. I can't tell you how happy I am. I shed tears when it was all done. I feel like this is a big relief for myself, my husband, my children, everybody, because this has been a stress for all of us, everybody who has a problem. But I hear other people's problems. I hear their stories. I've been working with them, feeling for them. And this is a start. This is like what we are waiting for. And I almost feel like a sense of relief. And
You've done your job.
I did my job. I feel like I did my job. I worked hard. I had Attorney Draghi, who I just came in to talk to her to say, I have this problem, my husband and I. She said, I want to hire you. And I said, I have a job already. and
She wasn't going to take that as an answer, was she?
history from there. And I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I cried. I hugged everybody because, first of all, I'm a hugger. And second of all, it just brought joy to my heart.
Did you get a number, a claim number or
I
anything?
did.
Which number were you?
It's 729, but
Okay.
I don't know
Where it
how they
starts, how
started
that's
it
set up.
because I think my claim went in at 911.
Well, I can tell you that in the first 15 minutes, he took in 61. So that was
Good,
okay.
okay.
That was what he had said. I don't know what that means, but he says when it got up in the morning, I talked to Michael McGlaris about an hour ago. He said, he goes, I think we had 61 applications in the first 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm guessing Marianne Williams and she was on it like
Yeah.
at pressing the button at 2 of 9
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
They said they've had no crashes that they know of today, no
Excellent.
service denials.
Excellent.
He says, it sounds like a lot of the calls they're taking in, they got about a dozen people they're taking in the calls to help people. He says, if you can tell anyone that's filling this out on their own, they have a video set up there,
Yep.
go through the process, and
Yep.
and it'll take you step by step with kind of how to do it.
Okay.
And so I think that's the one thing, they must be getting a lot of calls on just, am I doing this right?
Mhm.
Obviously, you've got, you guys got Brenda here, who's, amazing to have on for you, but it's it sounds like they were as of 12:30, they were in the hundreds, but they said in that first 15 minutes about 61, so.
Okay. Oh, that makes me feel good. Thank you, George.
And for what it's worth, I put it out there, so that's why I'm comfortable telling
Yeah.
you, that wasn't
Yeah.
off the record at all.
Excellent.
And the last question I'll ask is, Sheila, just for you and your husband, I mean, still, not out of the woods yet, right? Got to get everything, make sure that this is okay, and actually still go through the process.
Yes.
Do you fear the process of what it's going to take right now? That you see, at least you seem so much closer. I mean, when you think of everything, how overwhelming it is, moving out, fixing it, coming with the money. Did this whole process get a little less overwhelming this morning when you put that application
Yes.
in?
Yes. I was up since 4:30 this morning. I came in here I was here, punched in at 7:30. Just wanted to make sure everything was right. I helped these two wonderful couples here and myself, and I think we all had a smile on our face. I still do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait to go
Me
home.
too.
I-
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
And I'm going to move this over for Miss Draghi.